to another installment of the Honey Pack Bandits. Uh,
Alright, bro. Uh, no.
we have to find
That's
a
a
name, y'all.
Yeah, it's
Please
a
pitch in name
Yeah,
ideas. We're also brainstorming over here, but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
a drought. I don't
yeah.
know,
Put it
but
in the comments.
please drop
Yeah.
them in the comments. I'm Ducci.
Mhm.
Some accolades: broken ACL,
Yeah.
a -3 prescription, and I'm 5'10".
Mhm.
Data, would you like to introduce yourself?
Data, shredded meniscus in the right knee. Still ball. I'm 6 feet tall with shoes on. Yeah, that's what I got right now.
See, Chelsea, Barca. It is that. But
Yeah.
damn, in this installment, man, we're gonna be talking about some juicy topics, lad. We're gonna be talking about new music, like I Am Music from Playboy Cardi. Be talking about, you know, Barcelona, Manchester United, the two best clubs in the world. Maybe some Chelsea. Uh,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we talked about that. Saying it like that.
yeah.
Barca, Man U,
Some
two
soccer,
best
some
clubs in the
basketball, some sports that we enjoy watching.
yeah.
And I guess just what's on the TV box nowadays. Oscars, shows we're watching. But
There's a couple good stuff out right now.
and I hope everybody's caught up because I've been in my bag with show watching, which is very unlike me. I just got into my TV watching bag actually.
You've been in your bag.
Yeah, bro.
What is it?
I never used to watch shows ever.
So what's in your bag? Give them a little preview.
Okay,
What's been in your bag so far?
I'm one episode short of being completely caught up on Severance. I'm
Ooh, for
finally
real?
finishing Ozark after like 2 years. Like I got up right to the last season, and then I was just like, yeah,
Actually, yeah, you've been in your bag. I'm not gonna lie. I've been hearing you talk about Ozark while you've been gaming, and
Darlene,
yeah,
Darlene Snell.
yeah,
Um,
and being caught up on Severance is tough because I haven't been able to really catch up. I'm on episode two, like I'm like 2 minutes into episode two, so I can't really say anything. But you've been in your bag, okay?
you know what I'm saying?
All
When we
right.
get there, we'll talk. We'll get deeper into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll talk
Um,
more.
Other than that, just keeping up with my movies. But what's on the main course for today is I Am Music by Playboy Cartier Diamonds, bruh.
All right, this is more your bag,
Sheesh.
I'm not the biggest Cardi fan, but
But you did have positive things to say about it, no?
I have positive things to say. Yeah, it's probably been like 5 years since I really listened to like a Cardi album, or like actually like 5 or 6 years. What, since like Die Lit, which
Yeah,
has probably
because
been
the
even
last album
longer.
that dropped, like you just said, was like 5 or 6 years ago. There was Whole Lot of Red
And
and
yeah,
super
that was
controversial when it dropped, on Christmas.
yeah, yeah.
Dude,
That was really yeah. That's what kind of took me away from Cardi, because it didn't seem like he was going in the same direction.
it was definitely
But
like a whole like character switch up from what he was in Die Lit.
yeah,
But I guess like as a rock star, they just kind of do whatever the hell they want, thongs and fucking crop top. But
Jesus,
that's their style, We can't. They're a rock star. What are we about to say? I don't know.
yeah. It's nothing we can say about that.
But,
Yeah.
bro, Die Lit, I think is still my favorite album from Cardi.
Okay.
Like, there's so many iconic sounds and songs.
Yeah, I agree.
Whole Lot of Red, I respect because he got into a different like route in his career. He got super dark. It's a lot more violent. It's a lot more aggressive.
Jeez, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With like Vamp Anthem and fucking what else is there? Like New Tank. I'm looking at the song list right now, and in that album he gave us 24 songs.
Jeez, yeah. That one, I don't think I listened to any songs on that album. Maybe I listened to one. But yeah,
Do you remember?
that one was nah. That was such a long time ago too. Like 5 6 years ago. The whole you
There's a
know,
whole pandemic going
half a
on.
decade ago, yeah, whole pandemic going on.
And then we have to listen to Cardi in that pandemic.
Yeah,
Damn,
then
bro.
and then it's just Cardi like talking about like the demons
Blood.
and blah, blah. Yeah, I didn't need that, you
No wonder why I was depressed. And then
know.
yeah, but honestly, this album kind of like grew on me, but I wouldn't say it
You
had the
talking
same
about?
amount of songs that I enjoyed as Die Lit. A whole lot of Red.
Oh, you talk. Okay, whole lot of. Okay,
Just
okay.
comparing the
Maybe.
albums, you know.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
I gotta revisit at some point. But but yeah, Dial It. I like Dial It a lot. It was a little bit more of a. I mean, it still had 19 songs. They have a lot of songs, but I like that Pierre Bourne production, and I
bro,
liked a lot of the songs. You
he's
know,
one of a kind. I think Pierre Bourne.
yeah, yeah. Like that Fell in Love song, even the Poke It Out with Nicki Minaj, that joint, like I still play.
What you trying to say, Data? So, nah, I fuck with that song too. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying, bro. There's so many bangers on that album,
yeah, yeah.
and like,
This, yeah,
damn, like Skepta's on it. Like he went international. Like I fuck with
yeah.
Grime heavy, heavy.
Uh,
And then I Am Music, I feel like was just those two albums, both vibes that he, provided. And then also like something a little bit more, like something closer to
mm,
like that Atlanta sound. Like
yeah,
with all these Atlanta DJs on here. Like you had like
yeah.
Metro Boom and you had the Swamp
Swamp
Izzo.
Izzo.
Um
That's the MVP right there.
bruh,
Swamp Izzo.
sometimes I feel like it might be his album.
Like the best. Like, all right. So since we're getting into the album, my favorite song is probably "Rather Lie" because it's like it's like kind of like a love song a little bit, but you still hear like the hard like Swamp Izzo ad lib in the back of it
Hell yeah.
and stuff like that. There's a lot of controversy about the AI vocals.
And that was in
You
that
know
song?
that yeah, apparently, Rather Lie is the one that had the AI vocals in it. Um, that's what they're saying on the internet. But man, at this point, I don't care.
I mean, I
That's
like the
heat.
sound of it too,
That's
but
heat.
I thought you were
That
gonna say
beat's
that the
crazy.
controversial part was the weekend kind of stealing Drake's flow.
Nah, no, 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 no. No, Drake. Nah, that's not controversial. I don't even. Drake doesn't have a flow.
Cause he's a vulture or what?
I don't. Nah, I don't even want to. I don't even want to start saying anything bad about Drake right now. But
You don't want the heat.
yeah, I don't want the heat. But I didn't see that. I'll just say I didn't see him stealing any flow. Uh,
Damn, hold on. Let me get
whatever.
my example because yeah, they were
Yeah,
saying the weekend on this song. I like the song. I like how it sounds. And with the AI stuff, I'm just like they're probably shitting on auto tune. They're probably shitting on like other things like pushing the boundaries. And it might seem
yeah,
like lazy, but I mean if it's executed correctly, and then they're powered by AI. Like you can shift your energy into like putting in like more production or something. Then fuck
yeah,
it. That's what I think.
yeah, yeah. Like I don't mind that being used really as long as it's like being used the right way. I get what people are saying. Like it could be lazy, it could be this, it could be that, but
It's just so new.
as long as it's new, as long as it's a new track, as long as it's not like you use AI to make the whole entire track, which wouldn't I don't think so. It doesn't sound like it.
See, if it's a whole track, maybe a whole album, I'm gonna shit on it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. If it's straight from Chat GPT, bar for bar, I'm gonna obviously shit on it, but
Shit, at
you
that
can
point, all albums
tell.
dropping. Fuck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's coming soon. But what I was listening to on this album was clearly like, so this Playboy Cardi, at the core, of it. But anyways, what was your favorite song?
Damn, I'm trying to find the Drake song. It's
Oh, the song that oh yeah, Weekend was on another song as well. Not just Rather Lie. He was on another one, right?
it was one of these. It was for something from the some sexy songs for you. It was one of the songs on here. Um, and he kind of
Oh
like stole the flow. Like if you hear that song and then come back and listen to Rather Lie, I think it's like Drake's hitting a higher note off like the end of the line, and
yeah.
Weekend's kind of keeping it like let's just say sensual. It's that the baby making music, whatever.
Yeah. I see it.
But it like the vision's there, and then when I heard it like side by side, I was like, damn. And it's crazy with like the whole beef, and you know what? Okay, my favorite song, one of them grew on me, and it was with Kendrick. Funny enough, with the beef. Um,
Really?
yeah, and he actually dropped all the features now on this album. You can see who's on
Yeah,
what,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. I
that's
saw it. Yeah,
interesting.
exactly. That makes everything a little.
Bro, like good credit, bro. That
That
song's
ad lib
clean.
or sample is that makes the song.
It
Just the
does.
sample, yeah.
I,
But
I just like how it like bounces, like bro, like, and that's the thing about Cardi. He's always like on the offbeat,
yeah,
and then
different
Kendrick,
flow. Switch the flow up a little.
yeah. Um, and that's why his music like it just captures you. I feel like because everybody else is trying to like stay on beat.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
I like Trim.
yeah.
I like
My song.
Munya.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's the one. That's the one.
Like
Rather
Munya.
Lie is probably the best. Like the best. Like the probably the best. The most well made song
Yeah,
on the album, I think. But Munyon is the one that's like,
that's like
you
pure
know,
Cardi.
yeah, and it's got the Swamp Izzo.
Wow.
Swamp, Swamp,
I'm very glad that they
Swamp
linked up because
Izzo.
it just gives it a different flavor for real.
Yeah, yeah. It gives it a little like I thought it was almost like a Gangsta Girls mixtape for a second, and I heard. I think I heard. I thought I heard DJ Drama, but it could have just been Swamp Izzo.
I'm trying to find
But
the
it makes it feel like a mixtape a little bit as well, even though it's a 30-song album.
yeah, exactly, and I think it's just
Yeah,
because there's so many styles and whatnot.
yeah.
I'm trying to find the like the details, like how you can see like who's on like what.
Oh yeah, the credits, the song credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, dang, if I just full screen this, can I see it?
What are you on Spotify, right?
Yeah, I'm on Spotify.
Yeah. 'Cause a lot of the songs don't have the producer,
Yeah, and that's what I was
or at
trying to see,
least,
like who. Oh, view credits. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
yeah,
Here we go. Okay, performed.
yeah.
Yep.
The
Produced
produced by
by.
is blank, right?
Come on,
Which
Cardi.
one? Yeah, you gotta have the producer at least for
Yeah.
sure. I mean,
Uh,
I was looking on the internet, and I heard that Pierre Bourne didn't produce any of the songs on here.
which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty surprising.
I don't know if there's something like deeper in that, like all this,
Yeah.
you know.
All this beef stuff and
Yeah.
Drake stuff. You think there's something else happening there?
Yep. And then some other massive artists having their beef outside of being left out of this shit.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Like, I listen to that Joe Budden podcast. I listen to it all the time.
Shout out Joe Budden.
And yeah, shout out Joe Budden. Uh, fucking, oops, man, I'm not gonna curse.
Why
We've
not?
been doing well. We've been doing well. All right.
Got a New Year's resolution?
Nah, I'm not trying to just be on the airwaves,
Oh,
cursing and stuff, just in case.
we're bleeping that all out. Don't even. I'm not
Yeah,
cursing
we
either,
gotta believe.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, they're talking about how like a lot of people haven't been dropping, like a lot of big names haven't been dropping as much because of what kind of has been happening with Drake and Kendrick and the UMG stuff.
What? And they're just
Um,
kind of seeing how these labels are moving within all of that.
yeah, exactly. They're just seeing how stuff plays out, and they're seeing and noticing how much less money they're making dropping on DSPs than they are, them possibly being independent and whatnot. So it feels like a lot of people have been like revisiting their deals
Damn.
and stuff. So you're not getting a lot of drops from a lot of people that are like hot or like supposedly big names
Cause like what?
during this
Apart
time.
from Cardi dropping, like in the most
Yeah,
recent, it was Drake, it was SZA, it
yeah.
was
Drake, SZA,
who else?
Kendrick.
Kendrick. Yeah, I actually did not listen to the album.
What GNX?
Yeah, like after that whole
Yeah,
beef thing, I was kind of
mhm.
like, bro, I just need to like
Kind of burnt out.
detox. Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's on the fucking halftime show, and I'm like, dang, I can't get
yeah,
away from this.
yeah. That's that exactly. That's kind of what it was. Yeah, he was kind of. Yeah, he was all up in the everyone's music TV screens for a while. I mean, the album was it was an alright album. It was a Kendrick fan. It was an album for Kendrick fans for sure.
With that West Coast flow,
Um,
with that West Coast sound.
some West Coast flow. There's one song on it that's probably one of the best songs I've ever like one of the best songs I've heard from him. Reincarnated.
That's a clean one.
It's crazy, yeah, but that's some old stuff. That's let's not go back into that.
Right. But I guess like just on that topic, that's kind of
Mm,
why I wasn't okay with him being on this album because bro, he
yeah.
did say something about it. I swear, he
Yes,
did
yes,
say
yes, yes,
something
yes.
about it.
Yeah, I like that. I like what he did though. I think what he said is only for the only people who are gonna really understand what he says is Kendrick is Drake and the people who are really in tune with the beef. Like that little snippet that he had, like the little flop, the drop, whisper was him mocking, Drake from what was the song Push Ups when he was like begging Kendrick to drop another song, drop another diss track, and then he dropped like two.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And then I
Yeah,
think it was like the one art with like the gloves, or what was it? Damn, I
yeah.
might be wrong, bro.
Nah, yeah, you're right. He was begging him to drop, and then he dropped the one with the gloves. Um, and then he dropped I think 660 in LA. I don't know. I'm sure there's an exact order, but he did drop the gloves one after that. Um, but yeah.
See, and I don't want to like downplay Kendrick's greatness, his the echelon of like his skill,
Mm,
but bro, like everybody said, from the most part, from what I've heard, is that you won. So like,
mm.
just let it be.
Nah, you see,
What,
that's
he
where
has
we're
to
gonna have
kill
to
him?
differ. Yeah,
He has to continue killing Drake?
Yeah, you said something about my wife. You said something about my
Damn.
kids. Unfortunately.
Because like with this generation and maybe like the younger generation, they're like, damn, bro, like you're glazing, you're fucking like you're milking it, like, and like okay, that's fair because we're not the same like age completely, like we're
Yeah,
close, but like I guess maybe for like so for more like traditional rap, it could be like, nah, yeah, like he talked about this and that, you gotta like kill him until fuck it, he's dead.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, Drake is somebody I would have seen. Drake is somebody you would have expected to be on a Cardi album usually as well. You
They've done
know,
music before.
they've done music before, highly anticipated stuff. So seeing Kendrick get on two songs is very interesting.
And
I like
Drake
Good
no
Credit
songs.
though. Yeah, Drake no songs.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you hate to see it, but yeah,
Well, honestly, that was a lot of the pie that I wanted to talk about in this like, album.
yeah.
But some other songs I do enjoy, obviously like the songs he dropped like last year, like leading up to this, like Evil
Mm,
Jordan and like K-pop and what was the other one? It was like K HBA. Like those songs we already heard like a year ago, which was like building up the
okay,
hype. So I'm not gonna really like mention those because they're not like new like that. They're
yeah.
clean. I think overly it was. It got
Overly.
future. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like towards the end.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just listened to a little bit of it and it just sounds like a damn. Like there's like a
It's
piano
just
going crazy, Future's just like bouncing on the beat, bro. Like
man.
it's a clean one, bro. It's a clean one.
I'll take a listen. I did not. So when it first dropped, how it didn't have the features and whatnot. All I was like, my cousin was on Twitter just going crazy. He's like, "Oh, new Playboy," and he was like, "Yo, Twin Trim." He's like,
He
"Yo,"
was like
he's like,
misunderstood.
he's like, "Yo, OPM baby," and stuff. And
Opium.
I'm like, let me open this. Let me just check out this. Let me check this album out and see what he's good. Because I trust my cousin. He's a music guy as well, just
Favorite
like
artist?
me.
Favorite artist?
What?
Your cousins?
Who? Nah, it's not my cousin. I don't think this is his favorite artist. I'll figure that out. But
Word.
he was saying he was shouting out some tracks like Mojo Jojo and whatnot. And I was like, all right, let me go ahead and open the album and just like search for the tracks. So I just did it that way. I didn't like listen to it from top to bottom.
Word.
So I'm gonna go back and see because I haven't listened to every song yet. I've listened to just the ones that are the ones that are
So you went through
people
like
have been talking
it
about.
was double certified by your cousin. He like vetted them. He was like, "This is a banger.
Yeah,
This is a banger." Gotta listen to this
Yeah.
one. That's fair.
Yes, exactly. And then I just went on and just like saw the names and I was like, this might be good. Let me see what's going on. And then like I figured out like I saw like We Need All the Vibe and I was like, oh shit, Young Thug, Ty Dolla Sign.
Thug.
But like I didn't know who was on it beforehand. So
Bro,
I'm gonna go back and listen to every song.
this album is amazing in the gym. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah,
I was locked in. It was full
yeah.
body, bruh, with the supersets. And then Stairmaster
Uh,
for a good 10 minutes. We're building that up. Don't worry.
yeah, yeah, yeah. 10
Bro,
minutes is, bro, it's so hard to be more than 10
everything's on
minutes,
fire,
bro.
bro. But
Yeah, you
when you
gotta
have this
do it like
album, you're just angry at all that shit. You're angry at everything you're doing. And you're like, I could do it. It doesn't even matter.
it don't matter.
So, like, if you really want to have, like, a different experience, because, like, I listened to this album 3 times. Once
Yeah.
completely at the gym, once while just driving to work, and then another one while intoxicated. Okay?
The trifecta.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it each time it hit a little bit different. And that's like one thing that like Anthony Fantano, that huge music influencer that's been doing this for years, he was like, it's kind of like lazy, it's just a bunch of sounds mashed up.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I don't think so. I think he really just like got in his bag, and some things you don't like, but another niche group might be like, damn, this song was amazing. It just
Yeah,
might not be for
exactly.
you. And
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying like I like every single song. I don't.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of songs on here that are tough.
Yeah. That's a good way to. I think that's a way,
Wrap
good
it
way to
up.
put a bow on that and wrap it up.
Clip
Yeah.
it. It's like
Yeah, clip that.
that.
All right, let's move on.
All right.
Let's
This
talk
we're
about some
gonna get in our
sports.
sports bag. Dang, Data. I
Yeah.
mean, we could lead with the Heat if you like. That's a little bit more fresh than the soccer games that went on.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
before
It is
anything,
fresh.
bruh,
Yeah, it is
blessings to
fresh.
Tracy Morgan, because bro, that looked
Yeah,
rough.
blessings to Tracy
Bruh,
Morgan.
I
Yeah,
hope
that
he's all
look.
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I heard he talks his shit on, because he's always courtside at those games. Because apparently he won a settlement for like a bunch of money recently, so he's very wealthy.
Damn.
But yeah, I saw that. I saw the different angles of the puke. I didn't need to see all those angles, but I saw them. And yeah, shout out Tracy Morgan. Hope he gets well soon. That's kind of how I was feeling. Very similar. I was very similar to what he was feeling during that Miami game.
You were sick.
Uh, yeah, I've been actually feeling like that the last 5 games I've been watching Miami play. Uh, yeah, it's been rough. Yeah, I don't even have the stats. We don't have a stat guy putting stats up,
Yeah, we're putting it up right
helping us
here.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah, let me
after the
see if I can
fact.
find some. Yeah, after the fact. We'll in post production we'll put the stats up.
Yeah,
But
Billy, can you
the
get on that? Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah,
Billy,
on
please.
Bravada.
Yeah, Vada, yeah. Since losing Jimmy, it's been terrible, rough. Like some of these games I watched from start to finish. I don't know why. Uh, we've had games against the Knicks. We're not playing tonight. I almost grabbed my chest. Almost had a heart attack because I thought we would have to, sit through another like torture down 20 game, down 20 in the third kind of game. Let me just recap last night's game. We're playing against Bodega Cat and the Knicks. The game was, I think, tied going into the half. We might have been down two. We have the worst third quarter, I think, in the NBA. Third quarter scoring offense is terrible. I think we ended the third quarter down 20. Cat was shooting from 30 feet out. Nothing you can do when someone who's 7 feet starts shooting, driving, dishing it.
It's a problem.
Is a problem. Usually, well, we have a perennial defensive player of the year candidate on our team, but it did not show up, unfortunately. I wish the rest of the team luck. Wish the coaching staff luck for the rest of the season. I will not be watching for the rest of the season just for my own sanity. Uh, there is a game March 31st. They're coming into Capital One, and I will be there.
We,
So I
we will
plan
be
to
there.
see a win. Yes, we will be there. So I plan to see a win. Um,
Actually, I will
Shout
not
out
be
the
there.
Heat. Damn.
I'll be in
Oh yeah.
Ecuador, bro.
Yeah, you're in Ecuador. The
I'm gonna be
hood.
out of the whole country, but I will be tuned in so we can talk about it on the next pod.
Yeah, tune
Because,
in, tune
all right,
in.
my whole basketball love for the game. Also, I'm sorry, Data. You know, I'm looking at these scores, and this is ass,
You got the stats up
bro.
right now.
I'm just looking at the standings, like the fixtures, bro. This is terrible.
Are you seeing like our last 5 games?
Yeah, and in the game you just talked about, Knicks Heat, the third quarter, the Knicks had 41 at the end. Y'all had 15 points.
Jesus.
That's
Like
terrible.
that's crazy.
That's
When you
so bad.
that's crazy. I didn't even look at the stats, but oh
Hey,
man.
let's see. Let me throw out some stats that you might, like. Okay. Offensive rebounds. Knicks got 13 and y'all got 9.
Jesus.
You guys had 20 turnovers. Let's see. I'm trying to think like a soccer player in a basketball world, but this probably isn't gonna work.
Let's not do this. All right. Let's not do this. This is hurting me. I'm gonna just drop a couple stats real quick, and then we could move on.
Thank you.
All right.
Kind of break this down for
So-
like me and the other people that don't watch basketball.
That
bro.
don't. Yes, exactly.
Please.
I'm gonna give you a good one. All right. So in the last, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, we have lost all 8 of those games.
Okay.
So we lost to the Cavaliers by 5. We lost to the Timberwolves by 2. We lose to the Bulls by 5. We lose to the Hornets by 3. We lose to the Clippers by 15. We lose to the Celtics by 12. And then we lose to the Grizzlies by 34. And then we lose to the Knicks yesterday by 11 or 21. So yeah, that's the Miami Heat update that we got for you guys. And then now I think now Ducci has some soccer conversations or some more sports.
My dog, I pray for you because this
Thank you.
sounds exactly like Manchester United, bro. Bring back Anthony. Bring back Chris
man.
Smalling.
Yeah.
Bring back Schneiderlin if we have to,
What about
bro.
Martial?
Nah, we're good on that.
Ah.
Nah, maybe like the good Martial, but the one that we've been seeing for years, man, a very hard crash for his career, dog.
I always thought Martial was gonna be nice, man.
I think everybody did. Golden
Yeah.
Ball projected, Ballon d'Or.
Mhm.
It's just those injuries, bro.
Mhm.
And it's just like us. Like if it wasn't for the knee, we could have been. The Heat wouldn't have been losing by 20.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
And Unite could have maybe won the FA Cup a little bit more consistently with me off the bench. But
yeah, maybe Carabao. Yeah.
nah, man, nothing's going on with United, bro. They announced some new stadium.
I saw that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It looks very nice. I'm not gonna shit on it, but like
Mhm.
new ownership with Ineos. Jim Ratcliffe, the billionaire. I think he's like Virgin
The
Mobile.
rat.
He's a rat.
Yeah.
Sign of respect. I think he's doing a lot for their finances, so they don't end up like Barcelona, which I'm kind of thankful for. But we need to get the Glazers up out of there because they've nearly bankrupted us. And it's just like I think it's just the whole cesspool over there, man. This is not a lot of good with anything, but at least we beat Leicester last fixture,
Yeah, at least you guys be less.
And
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, I think they're bottom of the barrel. If it's not them, then it's got to be Southampton. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, you can go. I'll look it up. Southampton is bottom of the barrel. I would be surprised if they have double-digit points right now.
We beat the second worst person in the league.
Jeez.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I kind of hate to see that. I like Leicester. I like Leicester being in the league.
We
I
all
know,
like
just 'cause
Leicester,
James Vardy.
They had the
Yeah.
Cinderella story, and it's kind of like how I like the Heat because I'm a LeBron fan, and I feel like that's the only time I watch, bro, when it's LeBron. But it's
Yeah.
like the teams that he goes to, some of them I'm like, damn, like I do mess with them.
Mm.
Like Heat was one of those. Cause like you had Wade, you had Bosch, Ricky Rubio. So I know, but
Oh, bruh.
the goat.
Anyways,
But with United, bro, like Kobe Mainu
Trust-
has had like reduced minutes. Fernandez has been
yeah.
stepping up like crazy. Garnacho, he got kind of humbled. Yeah,
What's happened to him? Has he been playing?
that's what I'm saying. I think he just started getting like regular PT, like starting and stuff recently, and I think that's good for his development because a lot of these young kids, like they get the paycheck, they get the fine shits, uh, and it's all going to their head, but they still need to be you know brought up correctly.
Yeah,
And like that's kind of something you could relate to at Chelsea because you guys got a bunch of young players too, like,
exactly.
and they're getting crazy contracts and they're getting these boot deals and that's one thing that I do like about Barcelona compared to I guess other teams, philosophies and whatnot. I feel like usually they're controlled over there. But you get the Brazilians, what you gonna do? But with United, man, just like the Heat, I think they gotta just call it a season. Look towards next season, make some better moves, make sure everybody's rehabbed so you have all your full pieces. Fuck, man, because it's been a season. Like we went through we have two coaches this season. We had Ten Hag at the beginning, and now we have Emre.
Man, he's been going through it. He's been going through the worst part of
But losing hair, he's about to be just like the bald committee at Premier League.
it.
So I like Amarin's style. I like what he's cooking. I like how he's not a pushover. We got some young, exciting players like Dorgu. We got Hoyland, who just broke his drought. I don't think we can have a starting 9 at that age, though.
Youngster.
Very young. He doesn't deserve all that weight on his shoulders. He needs somebody to learn from. So I guess that's what I'm signing off with United, is that we need to be a little bit wiser. This is, it's a broken record with our spending in the transfer window. Bring in some actual investments, not players at the end of their careers.
Yeah.
And then fix everything else behind the scenes. And you know what? I said probably 10 years ago, in 10 years, we're going to win a Premier League. But you know what? Let's give it another 5 years. Let's see where we are from there,
Enough. Yeah. 10 more years.
10 more years. We'll be all right. My kids can enjoy a good United. But Data, Chelsea, bro, I'm kind of a fan because of Caicedo, bro.
Yeah, it's Caicedo's been a bright spot in the season so far. Yeah, let me do some bright spots. Even though we lost our last game to Arsenal, London Derby, big
That was a
game.
rough one to watch.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna hold you.
rough one to watch, yo. I'm telling you, we miss Nicholas Jackson. And we miss Cole
talk
Palmer.
about
I'm
why
telling
he's
you.
important to Chelsea, please, because there's a lot of people that hate on Nicolas Jackson.
Bro, super important player for the build up, for giving other people chances, for getting Cole Palmer going, for getting, people like Neto or Madueke going. But like these injuries have been very detrimental. Like we were cooking when we had, our full healthy 11 on the field. But we're going through some changes. Maresca's trying to have Reece James in the midfield. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of that. It's whatever, but Lavia's healthy again. He came in at the end of last game. So
That's
that
pretty
Lavia,
huge.
Caicedo, yeah,
'Cause
that defensive midfield line is going to be very important.
I don't know the numbers behind this, but when they were in the midfield for what was it, the span of like 6-7 games,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't think y'all
Lockdown.
lost.
Yeah, we were doing very well. That was the lineup, them two, and holding that defensive midfield, in lock, and then having Palmer doing whatever he wanted.
Like in
at
the
the
10.
top, at the 10. But Lavia's getting back. I just want everyone to get healthy right now. It looks like Man City's literally 1 point behind us
Yeah, you
on our
guys are at
ass.
49. They're at 48.
Yeah, so if somehow we can keep that fourth spot, that'd be nice. But all I really care about is everyone getting healthy. Um, for the rest of the however many games we have left.
And then all the loans coming over. You have your Petrovic, you have your Andre
Yeah,
Santos.
yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of yeah. That's Deval, Santos, Paez, um, yeah, you name it.
Ecuador
But
Revolution.
like, yeah, like you got to figure out where everyone's gonna play. Everyone, like exactly. People are not gonna be happy like with the amount of playing time they're gonna get once they get back in the field. That's just how it's gonna
Like
be.
Sancho.
And yeah, like Sancho and like yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like some players that I could see on this team just leaving.
Mhm.
I think y'all have already given Mudrik enough time.
Yeah, I don't see Mudryk. I've completely forgot.
I think I think Sancho just isn't built for the Premier League.
Uh,
I don't know, man. Like
Sancho, people are very hard on him. What I see so far, it's good. It's what he does is good sometimes, but like, his type of play is needed. I think sometimes, uh, just to like someone can go 1-on-1, very good with their feet.
yeah, maybe like off the
But
bench can be better for him.
yeah, but maybe I don't. Maybe I haven't seen enough. He's not. Maybe I don't know. I haven't seen enough of him really to kind of say he's not effective yet.
And that's kind of similar with Nkunku because I liked Nkunku a lot at Leipzig or whatever
Yeah.
one of the Red Bull teams.
Hmm.
And then I was like, damn, he's going to Chelsea. Like that's a big ass signing. And then it's just kind of been quiet.
Yeah, it was. He was doing good in preseason. He's done good in anything outside of the Premier League. But he like after the Premier season, after the preseason, he got injured or whatever, and when he came back, he was doing decent, but he just doesn't really fit
And if I'm not wrong, that
in
was
the
an
team that
ACL,
we have
right?
now.
That was a big
I
injury.
think it was a big injury. Yeah, big. It could have been ACL injury. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, he's back. He's now our left. He plays on the left wing now. I don't,
A lot of competition out there.
yeah, I
And
don't
then,
know. We just need a better number nine. We need a number nine striker
word.
for to give competition to Nicholas Jackson when he's healthy.
And your
Uh,
dream signing is
uh, uh right now, I don't know. I don't really even know. I would take Delap would be not bad. Like these are the only people that I've seen. Like I gotta watch more soccer outside of Chelsea, but I really just watch Chelsea. But I'll do Delap would be nice. Would be a good striker.
I feel like
What's his
everybody has
name?
like Gyökeres on the short list from Sporting.
Solanke would be nice. Jokeres maybe. Yeah.
Not a return of Tammy Abram.
Even Semenyo. Semenyo would be a great. That was a Ghana, Bournemouth. He's Bournemouth striker slash left wing.
Shout out Ghana.
Yeah, he's having a great season. I think he would do very well for Chelsea.
I think that's going to be the whole conversation of the next transfer window. And I feel like the last one was with the CDMs.
Yeah,
Because what? You guys splashed all the money on Caicedo. Arsenal got Rice.
yeah.
Everybody was moving everywhere. West Ham picked up Edson Alvarez from Ajax.
Mm,
Like, this one's going to be for the strikers. Because you're going to have Shesko, who decided to stay in Germany
yeah.
for another year. You're going to have Gyökeres. You're going to have the lap.
Osimhen,
The
maybe.
lap is clean, man. I like that shout. I really like that shout.
Yeah, Delap. Like when Ipswich played Chelsea, he played well. And
Ipswich.
he's a good. He's like a good strong number nine.
Technical, bro. He's not scared of shooting from
Technical.
anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, he's a great player. So I just think that's going to be the whole, hot ticket item on the next, transfer. Barca might need one. Like
Yeah,
Lewandowski's getting up there in age, Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. I mean, if they make that work, they're both having great seasons this year.
mm,
Just don't want to get them burnt out. But with Barca,
yeah,
we can just make it quick. They can't close out any games. I do like Hansi Flick, and he always goes for the kill. Like game management to him is like don't stop scoring type shit.
There we go.
And it has made the mentality at Barca better because I feel like we don't have the defense to close out the games like that. Like we've never really had a back line that was like, damn, other than, when we had Tiki Taka with Pep, but even then it was almost like maybe the passages of play with the passing was more than like, our defensive quality.
Yeah.
But we got Lamine, we got Rafinha, we got Gavi back, we got Pedri. It's like we have pieces, but maybe we do have to get rid of Frankie. Although I like Frankie. We gotta get some money, man. Like
he costs a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying. Like Lewandowski's getting up there in age. We have a couple of talented midfielders that tore their ACL or like partially tore their ACL this season. So it's like we're still trying to find the Busquets replacement, which is big shoes to fill. But like, Casado, who just partially tore his ligament, has been playing amazing. Gavi's back from a torn ACL. Great player, but like it seems, although he's healthy, he's not getting the minutes. And then Frankie plays there, and he's great, but he's expensive. So it's like, could we, just part ways and use those funds for something better that we need? But we're gonna win the Champions League, so it's all right.
Yeah. There we go.
So, all right. Well, on that, real quick, who's your Champions League favorite to win it? Because PSG looks like a fucking monster. Real Madrid is waking up again.
Man, I'll be honest, I'm a bad soccer fan. Whenever Chelsea's not in it, I don't think I've watched a Champions League game.
Data.
I think I watched like the penalty shootout for the Atletico Real Madrid game, but it's hard to bet against Real Madrid. But I like Barcelona. Barcelona's still in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Barcelona, but I'll probably go with PSG because I like Dembele.
And I think, we have like a lot of young talent right now. PSG just looks like a little bit more set. Like I feel like they finally have a team that isn't just like, oh, let's get the most expensive best player. Like they've kind of like got the right potions into the mixture to create like a, an actual problem. Because like their midfield is clean. They have Vitinha, very silky player. They got Dembele and they got Kvaratskhelia or Kvaratskhlia. Like what does he say? Freaking Billy, bro.
Kvaratskhelia, yeah.
Bro, like they have like a lot of deadly pieces. They have an amazing goalkeeper, great back line, like Nuno Mendes and Hakimi. It's a stacked team, and this would be a great year to just be like, we beat Madrid, like we're cemented, like we won a Champions League. Man City did it. PSG should have already done it.
Yeah.
But I gotta go Barca for that. And with that, I'm done with sports data.
Yeah, I wish all luck to all teams going for all championships.
But especially to Chelsea.
Yeah, especially Chelsea. Yeah, because the Heat aren't winning the championship this year. Yeah.
All right. And finally, time to get in our bag.
Yeah, what you been watching, man?
What I've been watching? I watched Mickey 17.
I still need to see that. I'm gonna see that. This week. It's gonna be done before the next episode.
This is our movie and show portion, by the way, everybody. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're new to this, but we're really not new to this,
We're moving on.
We're moving on. But I know you watched 3/4 of Captain America: Brave New World.
I did. I was supposed to watch the last quarter last night. I love.
Yeah, if only you could do that with the Heat,
Yeah, I think I was watching the Heat game, and I should have been watching the rest of Brave New World. But
and I haven't had the pleasure to watch that. So, like, what were your thoughts on that movie?
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
Oh, you should check it out for sure. I'm sure it's you can check it out on some bootlegs right now. But
Oh, I'll talk about the sponsors on stream.
yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna talk about our sponsors.
A shout out to the sponsors.
Yeah, shout out to the sponsors. You know, uh, anyways, what I did watch was it was pretty, interesting. The action scenes were dope.
Like the
I
CGI
like.
wasn't wonky. It was like well choreographed.
The CGI was not wonky. It was okay from what I saw. Most of the action scenes were done, in the air, flying, which is always really good. Usually, Marvel and Disney are really good at doing flying action fighting scenes, like see from like Star Wars or anything else. It was like really done really well.
It's hard to fail.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, shoot.
mhm. I like uh, I like chemistry between uh, Captain America and what's it called,
This is
Falcon, the new
Mario
Falcon.
Lopez.
Yeah, your boy Mario
Yeah.
Lopez. Yeah. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It's not the I don't want to spoil too much, because you still need to see it. But it's cool. It's not the best Marvel movie. It's a good Marvel movie for since we haven't had one. It feels like in a while.
It's one of the better
Um,
ones since Endgame. Say.
Yeah, 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 exactly. It's not like anything like it didn't get too crazy. It's just the usual Marvel formula. It was kind of, I guess you say, it kind of was unoriginal because it was the usual Marvel formula. But
And maybe
there's
you
some,
know what?
and
Maybe
we
that's what
saw
they
a lot
need.
of stuff. Yeah, yeah, exactly. They needed something kind of normal, kind of dissimilar, but I feel like it would have benefited from us not seeing a bunch of trailers already with the Red Hulk being revealed. But yeah, I guess they needed to sell the movie, but I feel like that kind of reveal would have helped um, for us not to see it all over the TV screen before the movie. But yeah, all in all, I liked it. I would have probably given it out of, if we're doing like a letterbox review,
1 to 5 people. 1 to 5 stars.
yeah, 1 to 5 stars. I'd probably give it a 3 stars.
Okay.
Very, very average. But I still need to finish it. So I got it. Once I finish it, I'll give it a proper review.
Word. I mean, I'm more of a DC guy myself, so there's not really much good to talk on. But for Marvel, right, I think I've watched every single one leading up to Endgame. After Endgame, it's been like, damn, like it's slim pickings out here. Other than like some shows, like Loki was clean, WandaVision was clean. I didn't watch that Winter Soldier and Falcon show, and you have said good things
Mm.
about it.
It was all right. It was all right. That one was okay. They had a little bit. It's not like you didn't need to watch it to see the Brave New World, but they had a little callbacks to that.
Okay.
Yeah, but the TV shows were some of them were hit or miss. Loki was good. WandaVision was good. Um, rest of them was a little hit or miss for me as well.
Yeah, like I haven't watched. I mean, I liked Moon Knight. Didn't watch
Yeah, Moon Knight.
What is it, Agnes All Along or whatever it was, Agatha All Along.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that one.
But one
I
show
haven't
I
seen
am
Miss
watching right
Marvel.
now, and I think you're also watching, Data, is
Mhm.
Daredevil.
Daredevil. Now we're talking.
Bro, when they said Daredevil was coming back as a continuation of the Netflix series, I was like, damn, this is cinema. And then the first 2 episodes that dropped, I was like, shh, dude, Disney's cooking.
Yeah.
Disney's cooking. Uh,
Mhm.
and today's actually the drop. Actually, the new episode just dropped. It's 9. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time just now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll
So
be watching the new episode, and maybe next pod you can kind of see where the story has gone since, and it's gonna be like 4 episodes deeper than it just is now.
yeah,
By the next
I'm
time we do this, I think.
yeah, I'm definitely catch that episode as soon tonight or tomorrow as soon as I can. But it's been heat so far. I've been really enjoying it. This is the kind of that original Daredevil Netflix is when I kind of really started getting in my binge worthy TV bag, just sitting there watching a bunch of shows at once. Because on Netflix they used to drop everything. They
All at
would drop
once,
all at once,
bro.
and then you
Peaky
could just sit there and watch
Blinders,
everything. Peaky
bro.
Blinders, everything. That started the binge. the whole binge epidemic.
Oh,
You know,
the
it's been a
shelter.
little, yeah, it hasn't really been, a lot of stuff now. They're getting back to like releasing it weekly. This one is on Disney Plus, so they're doing, they're getting their bag off and releasing it every Tuesday night. But I missed the kind of the feel of having this kind of suspense,
That anticipation.
thriller,
Yeah.
anticipation. Like that episode when they had the little talk at the diner,
Yeah.
like it was very intense, and like that when I once that episode finished, I was like, oh, we're back.
My buddy liked it, that exact
Yeah.
scene, because of the similarities to The Heat. Or what was it with De Niro and Pacino?
Okay. I was like,
It's like
whoa. I was
the
like, whoa,
parallels were there.
Miami. I was like,
No,
Miami
but
Heat?
it's not
How? I was
Miami
like,
Heat. No, no.
what, bro?
Not like
I was like, come
Manchester
on,
United
bro.
Red Devils Heat. No,
Yeah, I was like, come on, bro.
no.
Give me a break.
But no,
But yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
that anticipation you're talking about, I think I've actually turned a new leaf as a content consumer. No
Mhm.
more spoilers for me, man.
Ooh, that's big.
Bro,
That's big.
I used to go on Reddit, on
The
YouTube, bro,
spoiler
and just like
god.
Twitter. I'm like, oh shit, Thanos has a glove in the next one. It's like Hulk has a glove in the next one, like 2 days before Endgame.
Jeez.
Now I'm like, bro, I like the suspense. The reason why I just spoiled stuff for myself is because one, I think I'd have undiagnosed ADD or something. But
Mm.
I do like how the story builds up to the moment. It's not even just like, oh my god, Spider-Man gets a black suit. That's awesome. It's like, where did we get to that until that moment? It's like, what has happened in the whole
Yeah,
story that give that payoff, you know?
exactly.
That's what I enjoy. But now I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, like waiting is worth it.
hmm Like they do a lot of stuff, like the foreshadowing, the way they try to foreshadow stuff is very interesting. Yeah, they do it a lot in these like Daredevil shows. At least the Netflix one, they did that a lot, where they would do a bunch of stuff in the beginning and say a bunch of stuff and then at the last two episodes, that foreshadow, you'll get that payoff.
Right, like it would finally connect.
Yeah,
And you're like, okay,
uh,
that's like it finally came full circle.
exactly. So
Damn.
like,
But
and
since
it's
you
back,
haven't, yeah, I mean, shoot,
hmm
and a lot of original enemies, a lot of villains that are cool. Um,
Yeah, I liked seeing Bullseye at the beginning again.
Muse, Muse is from the
Yeah.
comics. I haven't read any of them, but it's a
hmm
newer serial killer in that world.
mm
And just, I think to cap off the whole Marvel discussion, I
Yeah.
think this is what they're missing to balance their entire universe, because like, no pun intended, but I think it's like, man, like they focus so much on the galactic and the multiverse. You also need your
Yeah.
street. You also need your your grounding.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree.
So
They
like,
need the dark street level stuff, because that's where the superheroes really do their, or the people that I guess more fans relate to, I guess, do their work, because they're kind of like everyday people who kind of see what's going on in their city and then are like, I guess, vigilantes and whatnot. I don't know.
exactly. Okay,
Yeah.
but some dark comedy, some dark humor. I think that's Mickey 17 and Severance for me right now.
Mm.
Like Mickey
Oh, not too much
17,
on Mick.
I'm
Not
not.
too
I'm
much on
not.
Mick.
I'm
Not too
not.
much. Not too.
It's a pleasant movie to watch. Definitely one for the
Mhm,
theaters. Like, big props to the director from Parasite.
mhm.
He did his thing. Like his originality, like just him in his bag. It's cool to see like another side of him compared to like Parasite. You know,
Yeah.
this one is like dark comedy. I would say for me, and like fiction. You know, like galactic, like whatever. Like you're traveling through space and stuff as Mickey. Um, and Robert Pattinson showed another, some more depth of his acting skills. Uh, that's my Batman, bruh. That's my
That's your
Batman.
Batman. That's not James Gunn's Batman.
Oh man, we're gonna see what happens with that. I like.
But my fault. My fault. But you know how they have like the whole separate universe, so he's gonna be in that little universe, with the Joaquin Phoenix Joker and stuff like that. But he's just not the main Batman over
Yeah,
Joker.
like they have their like their adult movies, which is like you
Yeah.
just said, like Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and then like Batman over there, which I like. I think they should
Mm.
continue doing that, and then
Yeah,
have their
the
like main
Elseworlds.
timeline exactly the Elseworlds like that.
Mm.
But I did like Creature Commandos, very clean show.
Mm.
Um,
I didn't watch that fully. I think I watched like 3 episodes, but
put
I'll
that put
finish
that
it.
on your list, Data. That's like James Gunn is cooking.
All right.
James Gunn is cooking.
I trust it. I trust in this vision. I trust in this vision.
And yeah, but like Severance, Ben Stiller creation, one of my favorite comedians, like actors, whatever. It's fucking hilarious. You kind of see his humor sprinkled throughout the show, and I'm not gonna lie, you watch the first episode, I think it's a slow it's a slow build up. It's a slow burner. Like at first, I'm kind of like, damn, like is this gonna pick up? And then like
Yeah.
when it finally does, you're like, ooh, all that
Mm.
like dialogue and like character. It's like, damn, I don't want to lose this person. They're kind of cringe and I love them, but like, man, nah, Ben
That's what
Stiller
it
cooked,
is.
bro. Ben Stiller cooked, and then the
Yeah.
cast is great. I forgot the homie's name, but he's like a background character in all these Marvel movies, and he's always live, and he's always like he was in Spider Man, like what was it? No Way Home. I think he was like at the hot dog stand. He was in
Talking
Shang
about dude with the
Chi.
glasses.
Yes, bro. He's one of the characters in
Yeah.
that show, and
He's
I
funny.
love how he gets like his own like spotlight now. He gets his like screen time, and he has talent, man. He's a funny dude.
Yeah, he is. He's a funny guy, especially in that first season.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I'm gonna get in my bag. I'm gonna stick to it. It is kind of slow. That's why I haven't really begun into it as much because like I'll watch a little bit and I'll just be like, whatever.
And that show has a lot of what you mentioned in Daredevil with like the callbacks, the flash, the
Foreshadowing.
foreshadowing, bro. It has all of that. Like you're like, okay, like they keep showing like this beta fish. Oh
Mm,
shit, like this just happened. Like you kind of like like something like mentally sticks with you with like how normal something is. And then just like the show, like once they go to a different floor, it's like going to a different episode, something switches.
mm,
Severed. Boom boom. But
um,
I've been watching that. Catching up on old shows I should have finished because
mm,
I'm a scrub. Should have done better.
it's good.
But
I mean,
how about you with
yeah,
the anime? I know that's your bag, bruh.
Ash in my bag. I've been trying to. I was, I've been off it for like almost all last year. I was kind of off it a little bit, but Solo Leveling season 2. Once that came out, I'm all the way back. It's probably gonna go down as one of the best animes of all time.
I actually, from outside of your
Um,
anime world, I
mm,
heard that it's one of the. I think it is the most liked thing on Crunchyroll, above One
yeah,
Piece
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. It's rated higher than One Piece, which is very hard to do. One Piece is one of the most liked animes of all time for some reason. Um, let me not hate. Let me not hate. Let me not hate.
Chill, chill, chill.
I'm also on episode 700, so I'm almost done with One Piece. But Soul Leveling's been great. When I read the manhwa, like 5 years ago, um, I could tell it was like one of the best manhwas I've ever read. I mean, I don't really read manhwas that much since it's not a manga. I mean, it's very similar to a manga, but just reading it and the animation was it's very different than a manga, so it's hard to kind of compare the two.
What
But
are the differences? Because I don't know. Like,
manhwa is like almost like done like illustrated on the computer. I think digitally, it's all digital. Um, but a manga is like drawn and then upload printed and whatnot.
mhm.
So the animation and illustrations on a manhwa is a little different, and you can do a little bit more with that. So for Soul Leveling, it was really captivating.
Like
But
that's the
after I
best way they
finished,
could have gone about it instead of like
yeah,
a
yeah,
manga.
yeah, exactly. And since it's Korean, and I think that's how they mostly do their stuff in Korea's manhwas. I could, you can fact check me for that. But anyways, I actually didn't even read the manhwa completely because um, the illustrator who literally, or the creator who literally died after the last chapter was released. He hadn't finished it yet, so I had just read the light novel that he released, and it was awesome, and I knew it was going to be the best. So far, uh, it's been amazing. Every episode has been peak. Uh, it's gonna probably be a very, it's gonna end on a great cliffhanger, because they're currently at the Jeju Island arc where they're fighting the Chimera
Hate the
I could talk all
Chimerians.
day. Yeah, if you watch Hunter x Hunter, you know about the Chimera. Nobody likes them.
Mm. And I have
But yeah,
no bap.
yeah,
That's one of
yeah,
the
you
ones
see
that I
Hunter x
watched.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Those ants
yeah,
are a fucking problem. Let me
yeah.
tell you.
But anyways, it's been peak. It's been awesome. It's
Damn.
gonna go down as one of the best, animes out, up there with Attack on Titan, Hunter x Hunter, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Uh, I'll probably do a little bit more in depth review of an episode later, but
And do you know if this is on
yeah,
Hulu
check it
or
out.
is it only on Crunchyroll?
I think it's only on Crunchyroll.
Damn.
Yeah, but there's some other, you can watch it on some bootleg sites. I know I can shout out to our sponsors, but I can send you some sites where you can watch it.
Data was kind enough to give me his logins,
Mm-hmm.
facilitate that, that obstacle.
Yeah. Shout out to the sponsors.
Damn. No, but Solo Leveling has been on my list. I've been hearing
Yeah, that one.
like,
Yeah.
bro, one of the dudes from Saturday Pickup, he's like, bro, like, what do you watch? And I'm like, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, nah, fuck all that. You gotta watch Solo Leveling. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why? And
They
he's
say
like,
that's
he told me
yeah.
like what it's about, and I was like, that's pretty
Mhm.
clean. So
Yeah, it's a very good concept that they've made, and it's on that One Punch Man level. But like even Sod, even if you mention it to Sod, he'll go all day about it as well. Like he's hip. But yeah, you gotta check that out if you can, man.
hell yeah, for sure.
Mm.
Dang. Well,
Oh yeah,
I
that's
think we covered the main topics that we meant to cover on this episode, this installation.
this was good. Yeah, we got some good stuff off our chest.
Heck yeah.
Mhm.
And I guess just to wrap it up, one thing you're thankful for and one thing you're looking forward to for, I guess, the month of March.
Man, thankful for. Oh man. Damn, I don't know. It's tough. What am I looking forward? What am I thankful for? I'm looking forward to for the month of March.
It doesn't even have to be anything crazy, bruh.
I gotta be crazy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to get healthy again. I'm thankful for my health.
Dang, the gym
Uh,
membership.
yeah, I'm trying to lock into the gym a little bit more. I went today. We're trying to go tomorrow. Try not to, do all the unhealthy stuff as much.
Yeah, some
I'm,
balance.
yeah, so I'm looking
Because
forward to being healthy. You know,
can't
and
just be so
thankful for my
disciplined, I
health.
feel like. Yeah. Like you
Yeah,
gotta enjoy yourself while also being disciplined and
exactly.
yeah, just finding that balance. I respect that. That's good.
Hmm. What about you, sir?
Dang, what I'm thankful for, I was thankful for Stefan missing the pro club session the other night, and we won like 6 games in a row. Shout out
Yeah, that was
Stefan, thank you
nice.
for going to bed.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Maybe try to do a little more often.
you know, nah,
It's like, nah.
but
We just had a good night. We just had a good night.
yeah, we missed you, man. No, but what
Yeah.
I'm really thankful for is just being able to run and play soccer again, man. That was a piece of my life that I was just out for
There you
like a
go.
year, and I'm just like, bro, I'm thankful to be reminded that I need that in my routine. Like
Nice.
it's just like a good release of stress. It's always solid to get a kick about with the lads.
Mm,
And I guess what I'm looking forward to would be going to Ecuador. I haven't been in a minute. Like crazy stuff going on over there with like delinquency and whatnot, but
mm.
just a quick little trip, come right back, get back on the routine.
Nice. Nice. You should enjoy that.
Safe
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
but
Be safe.
I'm also
And have a
looking
relaxing
forward
trip.
to doing this some more.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, no corny shit. Like
yeah. Fans. Our
I've,
fans have.
you guys have
Yeah.
been asking
Been
for
asking
it.
for
Felipe Cayo, so
it. Yeah. Nah. Hundreds of fans. We
Anjo,
have hundreds.
shout out
We
Anjo.
have Yeah, we have hundreds and thousands of fans. We're asking for this.
Oh, I
All
thought you
right,
said
just
Hunjos.
no, 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 no. Hundreds and
Hundreds
thousands.
and
All
thousands
right,
in the arena.
including like Hanjo and Felipe and Kyle.
Yeah, yeah, nah. Like I know. I want to content create, and like you've also, you don't even have the itch anymore. Like you've already been doing it consistently for a minute. So like it's just
Yeah,
something like nice to, I guess, change that pace of like live streaming, or uh this is more of like a recorded, organized format. Like you're kind of like planning it out a little bit more.
yeah. It's nice to do something a little. Try to see if we can put together a little something.
Exactly.
You know, consistently see how consistent we can do. Anyways, you know,
That's good,
shout
man.
out to shout out to the chat, shout out to the fans.
What are we calling them?
Nah. No
Brainstorm,
names, no
brainstorm.
names. Yeah, no names. Yeah, we'll go. We'll come back. We gotta go back to the whiteboard.
The whiteboard,
Um,
right?
yeah, but this was dope. Until next time, chat.
Shit.
Uh, Ducci, any final words for the?
Nah, bro, I've spoken too much. I need some water.
Yeah, grab some water.
Some
All right,
water.
y'all.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. We're out of here.
We're actually
Peace.
about to get on Pro Club.
Yeah, we're about to play some Pro Clubs. All right, yeah. Peace.